Hey everyone. So, a lot has been happening to me over the past year, if not the past several years, that have led me to losing the love and passion that I have for one thing that I would say defined me in more ways than one, more ways than I could even imagine. So, I hope that by the end of this video, you guys will have an idea on what's been going on with me and why I have chosen to make a very, very difficult decision in my life. For the past several years, if not for many, many years actually, I have been battling with depression and anxiety. Two mental illnesses that I've been diagnosed with since 2018, although I have been battling with them even before that. But last year, I have been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. If you're wondering what PTSD is, according to the National Institute of Mental Health, PTSD is a disorder that affects people who experience a shocking, scary, or dangerous event in their lives. And PTSD can affect a lot of people. It usually affects military veterans who serve their country and face the horrors of war, as well as people who have gone through immense physical, mental, and emotional abuse. My case is a little bit different. I didn't go through a scary or a dangerous event, but what I went through was a shocking event. And this has affected my ability to do one of the things that I love doing more than anything in the world, and that is singing. If you guys have recently noticed on my social media, I have not posted anything singing related in a long time. And the reason for that is because I've just been going through so much trauma, I would say, in some way or another. I mean, it is PTSD that I'm going through after all. And as a result of that, I can't bear to even hear myself sing sometimes, especially when I'm watching old videos of myself or old footages of myself and the like. So this actually happened when I was given one of the biggest opportunities of my life. And I say that in a very, very big way because this opportunity was something that I never got the chance to be a part of since way back in 2012, and that is to be part of a TV special. So not only was I asked to dance, which, if I was just dancing only, that would have been more than enough, but I was also asked to sing as well. And many things happened during the day of the shoot, which I won't go into too much details on it, but it has led me to not sing anymore. And the reason for that was because of plenty of toxicity that has been affecting me for quite a long time. I touched upon this on social media recently, where I never realized how knee-deep I was into toxicity until I got out of it. And when I took a step back, I realized that there is a bit of a saying, and I don't know whether it is an actual saying, but you are only as good as the people that you hang around with. And I've hung around with people who thrive in toxicity, who pretty much perpetuate it in such a sense that drama is one of the things that they always look for. Even if they deny it, even if they want to take a step back from it, even if they say things like, I want to be all positive and happy and what have you, it's something that they just, when it happens, when they see it happen, they just want to get right into it. And more often than not, I've always found myself being dragged into them as well. So it has affected me a lot in terms of not just my mental and emotional state, but it's also affected me as to who I am as a person, because I've done things that, well, I've not just done things, I've said things that were, a direct result of a lot of things that have affected me for so many years, basically. And just when I thought I could get out of it, people feel the need to bring me back into it. And that was when I realized that I had to make a choice. Either I stick around and be with these kind of people, or I move out and do my own thing. And I chose the latter. It's hard because these are people who I thought I could trust my life with, and unfortunately that is not the case. So I find myself in a very, very horrible position as well. Last year, 2023 was supposed to be a monumental year for me because I was gonna celebrate 10 straight years performing in the local anime community in Malaysia and even in Singapore as well. And I wanted to go out with grace and dignity. Last year was going to be my last year anyway as a singer within those communities. Unfortunately, things didn't go the way I wanted it to go. I only got to perform at one such convention and one such event, and that was it. I got invited to perform at another convention, but it ended up being a bait and switch, where on the week of the event, I was no longer needed. My services were not needed anymore. And there have been instances where people have sort of expressed their interest in me, but chose to go with someone else instead. And that left me with basically nothing. I didn't know how bad PTSD affected me until I realized a lot of things. For one, even when I was trying to do my karaoke streams after, my last stage performance back in September of last year, I just felt sick after that. I just felt like this didn't feel right. It didn't seem right, it didn't feel right, and I felt really, really sick after that. I have so many friends of mine who are streamers on Twitch as well, and they are incredibly talented, incredibly amazing singers, and they do singing streams, they do karaoke streams, and so on and so forth. But when it comes to their singing streams and such, I can't bring myself to watch them, because anytime I tune in and watch them, it kind of like goes back to me and how people and how I would ask myself, why am I not doing that when I just don't have the mental and emotional capabilities to do so. If you're wondering why I don't sing anymore, it's because of that. To those who may have affected me in some way or another, that have also caused me to be in this state, with my depression, my anxiety, and now my PTSD, I can tell you right now that no apology and no forgiveness is enough to bring me back to the stage to do what I used to love to do. I will also say that it will take a huge miracle for me to get back on stage and sing again. With that in mind, I also want to make this abundantly clear. I will no longer sing at any local anime convention, be it in Malaysia or even Singapore, ever again. I feel like I am now in a part of my life where I am content doing what I'm doing right now. I don't need singing to define me any longer. There are other things that I can do which brings me joy, brings me happiness. Will I ever be able to sing on stage again? I don't know. It's not up for me to decide. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how things go as life goes on. But right now, I just want to focus on the things that I want to do that makes me happy. And unfortunately, singing is not one of them. So thank you all so much for watching. While I know some of you may be disappointed that I'm not singing anymore, that I'm not a singer anymore, that I don't go up on stage and sing any longer, or even go live on stream and sing any longer, I hope you continue to support me in everything I do. Because, frankly speaking, there's more to me than just a guy who can sing. And I really, really hope you all understand that and acknowledge that. Thank you.